Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the Kentucky Blood Center updating its eligibility for those wanting to donate, how more people will be able to help save lives. And we'll tell you about a magic and comedy show happening in Hazard later this month.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Caroline Mueller here with you on this January 15th. The time is now 6:30, so let's check in with meteorologist Megan Desmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, driving into work this morning, I was taking it real slow, but I even slipped a little getting onto the on-ramp, getting over here to the station this morning. So
yeah,
what is it looking like now?
It's definitely still icy for a lot of folks out there. So if you're on any bridges, you need to make sure you're slowing down as that freezes first. But overall, it's just going to be some slick conditions, some cold temperatures, and still seeing some snow falling this morning. Here's a look right now at satellite and radar as you're heading out the door. With many folks right now, go ahead and pause it for you, seeing some of those chances for snow showers. Really focused in on Harlan County, Letcher County, portions of Pike County, Perry, Knott, Knox, and it looks like Floyd and a little bit of Magoffin maybe seeing some of that snow. And then as you're traveling into Virginia as well. Temperatures though this morning, upper teens, low 20s. And with those fast wind speeds out there, feels like temperatures for many folks is in the single digits. So layers, layers, layers. Do what you can do to keep yourself protected from the cold temperatures. Caroline.
Thanks, Megan. A family is without a home after a fire tore through it in Wayne County, West Virginia. Officials say a two-story home on Dogwood Lane caught fire Monday evening. Neighbors say the family was home at the time, but everyone made it out safely. Neighbors also say when the fire started, everyone in the neighborhood immediately came together to support them while crews worked to fight the flames. But unfortunately, officials say the home is a loss. We have details in the case of a man accused of setting a fire in downtown London. Fire crews pulled Scotty Seeley out of the Cunningham and Cunningham law offices. A criminal complaint reveals firefighters had found the front door broken into before they could enter. In an interview, Seeley told police he went in through a glass door in front of the building. He said he started seeing smoke everywhere and could not find his way out. A not guilty plea was entered on Seeley's behalf in court yesterday. His next appearance was scheduled for next Tuesday. A medical emergency occurred at one Eastern Kentucky high school after a student became sick from a possible contaminated vape. Officials with the Martin County School District say this is not the first time something like this has happened this year. Superintendent Larry James unveiled plans to raise awareness and educate kids about the dangers of vaping.
So we're meeting with the staff today, our high school staff today, and we coming up with a game plan. How we're going to talk to kids. We're going to have guest speakers come in, and we're going to send the information to parents. We're just in early stages, but we need to do a better job. We need to hit it hard and start from elementary all the way up.
A post from the Martin County Schools Police Department also says, quote, vaping devices, especially altered or contaminated products, pose a serious and unpredictable health risk, and this incident serves as a strong reminder of that danger. January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and state police say reporting suspicious activity can help connect victims with help. KSP says human trafficking can be difficult to spot and that many cases only come to light after someone speaks up. They say even small concerns can help point investigators in the right direction.
Anytime that somebody sees something that they may potentially recognize as potential trafficking, we're asking that they report that immediately to law enforcement or the National Hotline for Human Trafficking.
Anyone who suspects human trafficking, like Trooper Gayhart said, can contact law enforcement or the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888 or text 233-733. An online petition for Jaden's Law now has more than 3,000 signatures and the attention of Kentucky legislators. It's named after Jaden Spicer, the 10-year-old Breathitt County boy who died last year, leading to charges against his mother and stepfather. This bill would close loopholes in the current law, raise penalties for abusers, and more.
That's our job. We have to do it. And we're going to make sure that this little boy that I say the little boy lost, that he is going to be remembered for a long time. And his tragedy may save another child's life or many more.
The next step is to create a draft of the bill. Senator Smith says he's considering adding an emergency clause to make the law effective immediately if passed. You can read more about Jaden's law on our website, WYMT.com. A new bill in the state Senate would change how counties can raise occupational license taxes. The lead sponsor says the legislation is in response to Fayette County Public Schools' attempt to raise their OLT to address a $16 million budget deficit last year. Senate Bill 76 would make it so only counties with a population of more than 500,000 can have their fiscal courts and school boards impose occupational license fees and taxes.
Well, I hope people in Fayette County feel heard. And I think that's really important, especially when we are responsible for 50% of the state's budget goes towards educational endeavors. And so this is very much a response to them, that they feel like hopefully we're representing them well and providing some accountability for the taxpayers in Fayette County.
Senator Bledsoe says the Fayette County majority delegation feels strongly about the bill. Many of them have already signed on as sponsors. One local organization is hoping to raise awareness and locate homes for kids in need. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about a mission to find fosters.
There are kids that are sleeping in DCBS offices, kids that are admitted in psychiatric hospitals, maybe emergency shelters. Like, the system is truly over-flooded.
Benchmark Family Services is asking folks in the region to consider opening their hearts and homes to kids in need, as the foster care system sees an immense gap in available foster homes.
Most kids that have been removed from parents have dealt with some form of trauma. So you're going to see that show up in behaviors because there's an underlying need that's not being fulfilled in that child's life.
Hannah Gibson says the goal is to find safe and secure spaces to allow kids housing and healing, whether the end goal is to return the child to a parent or connect them with a permanent family through adoption.
The biggest thing is, are you a safe person for that kid? You know, we do background checks, physicals.
She says the need for more foster parents who will care for teenagers is overwhelming, as is the desire for foster homes that will allow siblings to stick together.
A lot of our homes that we do have currently are only comfortable 0 to 12. If you got a sibling group and there's, you know, say a teenager, we can't even read that referral because our homes aren't willing to hear that.
Gibson says the journey is not always easy, since it is a situation no child asks to be in, but it is rewarding. And those who choose to open their homes will do so with a lot of support from the organization, from training to therapy to financial reimbursement.
It's not like you're just taking on this kid and you're struggling yourself, you know, to meet your means. There's support there as well.
Saying open doors can make a difference. Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
If interested in becoming a foster parent, you can contact Benchmark Family Services at 606-886-0163 or visit benchmarkfamilyservices.org. Yesterday afternoon, Hazard officials had scissors in hand. The ribbon cutting for Redbud Financial Alternatives unveiled a new building for the company. Redbud is a certified community development and financial institution. They initially started at the Housing Development Alliance office, but recently purchased the new space of their own.
And we purchased this building in September, and then we moved here last month on the 19th to better help meet the community's needs, easier access, and gives us a standalone location to better serve the community.
The new building is located at 825 High Street in Hazard. Cottle says he appreciates everyone's support as they transition. The Kentucky Blood Center has announced a change in eligibility for donors. Now, those who have had certain cancers in the past will be able to donate. That list includes organ cancers and melanoma. People will have had to finish cancer treatment at least 1 year ago. The Kentucky Blood Center says only 3% of people donate, so expanding who's able to donate will increase that percentage. America's Blood Centers reports that 1/4 of blood donation goes to cancer patients. And media and branding director for KBC, Eric Lindsay, says years of data shows there's no evidence blood transfusions have any impact on cancer transmission.
We have had blood donors that because of a cancer diagnosis they weren't able to give, and it's disappointing. And so to be able to do that and to give back means something to these folks that are recovering.
If you'd like to donate, Lindsay says to stop by for a health screening or make a call to any of their donation sites. Folks in Hazard are getting ready for a night full of laughter. City officials are planning a series of family-friendly fun lined up for these winter months. The first event will feature comedy magician Matt 4. On Friday, January 30th at 7 p.m., 4 will be performing at the Hal Rogers Forum. Logan Smith with the City of Hazard says you are guaranteed some laughs.
We have comedian Matt 4 coming out of Johnson City, Tennessee. He has over 2 decades of experience. He does comedy and magic for people of all ages. He's performed all over the country, so we're really excited about that.
Tickets for the show can be purchased online through eventbrite.com. The cost is $10, but kids 12 and under are free. We have more about this on our website, WYMT.com.
And we're still seeing those cold temperatures this morning with many folks in the upper teens. 19 degrees right now in Hazard and London, 18 degrees in Somerset and Monticello, 14 in Wise. And those feels like temperatures are even colder with those fast wind speeds we're seeing this morning. So bundle up, and that'll be what you're going to need to do all day long as the highs still remain below freezing for most folks out and about in the upper 20s and low 30s. And we're still looking at those roadways this morning, some slick spots here and there, and some folks definitely did pick up a lot of snow last night and this morning. So let's talk about that bus stop forecast for you. We're looking at those mostly cloudy skies and some folks seeing some of those snow showers. Temperatures in the upper teens, low 20s. By the time you're heading home, we're looking at the upper 20s, low 30s with cloudy skies. Caroline.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. As parents look for ways to help their kids unplug from screens and social media, some are plugging back into a familiar sound, a ringing